It's a little bit different to the average sort of day because we have quite a bit of high-level cloud around, and that's from some tropical moisture that's been down southern California for the last couple of days. But what that does tend to do is get rid of the low cloud that we have here normally, lifts the marine layer up, and generally a softer day than what we traditionally have here in San Francisco. Well, at the briefing, we're generally looking at the overall trend of the day, what's driving the day, and then looking specifically at the track, any asymmetry in the breeze, where the pressure is likely to be best, is it going to be bent or a straight direction, and then where the forecast is likely to fail or where changes are likely to occur, so that when we're talking on the radio to Ray in the last 10, 15, 20 minutes, we can be aware of he's already on top of what a likely scenario, any changes that might occur.
And today's quite a soft day. It's going to be quite a tricky day deciding whether you have a code zero or not, how big a jib you put up, and a little bit of wind speed makes a huge difference in this lighter air, and with the flood tide there'll be a bit more tacking going on, trying to stay out of the current, so it's going to be quite a dramatic day.
Every day's difficult, there's always some little element of the forecast that you just can't get right.
New Zealand slowing down, 35 seconds to go. This is the push and shove, the cat and mouse as to who is going to get the best of this start. Luna Rossa are behind our Emirates Team New Zealand early. I don't think they are.
Good job in the start. There's heaps of flood tide and we had a nice entry, and Jibe had to put the pressure on Luna Rossa straight away, and they were struggling to jibe or tack there and took the action deep into the start box. They jibed, we tacked, and they were on the ropes from that point on. Gave them a bit of gas back to the line and then just sailed away from there. Had a pretty nice race.
Well, a scene we've seen before. Emirates Team New Zealand in the lead at mark number 1.
Look at that, popping straight up onto the foils, going downwind. Very nice indeed. Smooth, fast, going exactly where they want to go.
We felt pretty crisp and clean around the course. Always things to improve and work on, but it's really nice boat, really nice wind speed to race these boats in. It's about 18 knots, and it's not too much that the boats are getting pushed along, but it's nice enough that you can enjoy it. A lot of work to do, so as a crew we really enjoyed today. It was a lot of fun.
Just saw a foiling jibe going through there as Emirates Team New Zealand went from port to starboard. They stayed on their foils, but they didn't even come close to being off the foils. They were a good 6 to 12 inches up on the foils, no problem through, and that meant the hulls never touched the water.
If you're sailing well, it's hard to pass the lead boat, and if you're sailing well, you just get really rewarded for that. Everything just snowballs, and it just escalates into time around the track. So if you sail well, you can get a huge amount of performance out of these boats.
I love what Ray Davies has done here. He's gone into the shore where there's less current, and then he has approached these two gate marks on a long port ley line. They're going to round this mark, and then they're going to be in the maximum current coming into San Francisco Bay. Looks like a safe bear away.
It's this high performance multi-hull sailing. If you get it right and you're away, you're gone, and the crew was awesome. We're going a little bit quicker than them, but it does just escalate when you're sailing well. Yeah, with that in mind, you can't get complacent. It's foot on the throat. We just got to keep trying to learn. There's still a lot for us to learn out there. There really is. We're just going to we should get better and better, and that's the goal. Just keep learning.
The defender will have their peepers, they'll have their eyes very closely on Emirates Team New Zealand. They'll be looking at how fast they're going, they'll be looking at the slickness of their crew work, and they will have a very good idea of whether they can match up to what is going on right now.
Emirates Team New Zealand powering downwind towards the finish line at over 38 knots of boat speed. Here, folks, they can hear you just popping right up on the foils and crossing the line. It's Emirates Team New Zealand.
Wow, look at the speed of that. That is unbelievable.
Yeah, no, it's definitely a good pressure relief to be through and ticking the boxes so far. It's been good.
Half the battle's winning unless the other half's not stuffing it up. So we've got through to our first base, and we've got to get through the next one and just keep making sure the boat's getting faster and faster. So a really positive day, and the guys are thrilled to have got to this point.